college football. The more
Yes.
things you do, the more valuable you are.
Absolutely. So Papago with a nice touchdown run. So they'll get set to kick it away. We'll see the special teams of both teams again. We'll see Cameron. Well, we may not see Beard because he did not have the opening kickoff. We'll see who's actually going to handle the primary kickoff.
You got Javon Scott and I believe Jordan Creer back deep for the Mustangs.
Jeremiah Garcia out of Casa Grande will be the kicker. And you see that on occasion. The guy who kicks the extra points and field goals is not the young man who handles the kickoffs. Gets his foot into it. It is returnable. And indeed, the Mustangs will try to bring it out. And that play will end just shy of the 30-yard line.
I believe that's number 21 that carried the ball, didn't it?
Ian Porter.
From Prescott.
Absolutely.
Is it Prescott or Prescott? I never know.
Prescott.
You got the Mustangs coming, getting a play from the sideline from Ziegler. Going to right play. First and 10 from the third right hash.
Glad you guys could join us. Yes, indeed, we've had some. The Valley has really wreaked havoc levels of fall, and it's been a tough start as well. And there is the pass, but that's only going to go for a few yards.
Pass to Javon Scott.
Mm-hmm.
He motioned backfield. It's a little free. The ball out, kicked by the defender.
And because of Mother Nature, the scoreboard is in Oxford, probably the first half. Hopefully, half number two we can get. Last and Cape one man, and the toss is going to be incomplete. As the Pumas, they're trying to get after him.
Side linebacker come up late for a blitz, and Lazenby did a good job of just shucking him off. And then, but number 18 up, chased him down and pressured it.
He did. Now we'll see what the Mustangs do here on third down. Javen Thompson comes back in. He's in the backfield with Lazenby. C.J. Anderson split out of your
trips up top of the wide side of the field.
The lefty escapes some trouble. Being chased, he's going to tuck it right to that first down, and I believe it does.
Yeah, just got him.
The time actually being kept on the field, so we actually don't know how much time is left. We are in the first quarter, 6-0 Papago. Touchdown run by the Pumas. Extra point was missed. Got his hands all over Cunningham and said, no, 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 you are not getting in on my watch.
Well, I think that was all Josh Walker pushing that center and that guard back.
The
from,
push definitely happened,
big old sophomore.
And the wrapping by Holmes.
Yeah.
Team effort.
Great job. Great team defense. Keeping him out of there. We got somebody down, unfortunately.
And one of the Pumas is down. And you hate to see this. We've seen this all too often so far this year. Helmet is off, and he definitely needs some attention, that's for sure.
Trainer's walking out there. Yep.
And that's the center, Aiden Jimenez.
Yep. Kid from
6'1",
Utah.
270. And then we get a look at the Pumas basically huddling up, figuring out this is actually a timeout that they probably didn't want to have because of the injury. And they're trying to figure out, hey, are we going to go for it? Do we want the kicker in? I think in a scenario like this, you go for it.
4th and 3?
4th and 3, I think I probably would.
If you kick it, you get 9. That's 2 scores.
Right. In a weather scenario like this, it's not a bad thought. But here's the thing. The kicking game so far for Papago has not been the regularity. Yes.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
So Pumas, they got what they plan on doing.
Out there to you.
Correct.
Quarterback's coming in.
It'll be Cunningham and his big offensive line. Wilson, he's been a main. We saw him in on a couple of plays.
Right. Quarterback is out there. I saw the wrong number come off the sideline. Little tight bunch up top. It'll be interesting. Run, keep that offense gelling a little bit. Keep control of the football. Get down there. They could have a lead on this if they could drive it. 97 yards.
So the Mustangs coming back out. They've got a field ahead of them, but the defense did with a supposed big time stop by Madowski Mustangs.
Yeah, it's impressive. They got fresh leg front, 7 now, defensive end. So 44 nose guard, 42 or 41 over the other defensive end.
The one thing the Mustangs will have to be careful about is the safety. We have seen the Pumas a lot of their game.
They're going to
Lazenby, hands up. And the Mustangs in breathing room as that was Javon Thompson.
We'll share gain.
Andre Puente with so he is done. He's got his hands up. He's not happy with how the Pumas lined up. And Coach, you and I talked about special teams, how big that is.
It's the biggest game changer of anything. I mean, I know you can throw a bomb and score some points or a turnover, but I'm telling you, the special teams are the most underrated momentum changer.
That's right.
In a football game. They're covering this. I think
this is J.J. Dickerson back to punt.
Snap.
Gets it off. Good punt. Good punt. And Harris is going to field it. He is going to be trapped. And it brought down several Maricopa Mustangs.
Yeah, number 20 down there.
Brister as well.
And Christensen was down there. Had four Mustangs down there ready to make the tackle.
Great coverage.
Yeah.
Great coverage.
Really good coverage. Boy, they changed that field position.
You talked about field flip. Well, it didn't flip the way we kind of anticipated.
What punt was that? Was that a 50?
I'm trying to have, let's say we're on the 7. And now we're at the 25. So that's 25 and 2. 69-yard punt.
And then he returned it a little bit.
67-yard punt, yeah.
Yeah. Close to a 70-yard punt. And it was high, too. That's why he had the coverage you had.
A high snap indeed. So Cunningham is in back. He's a QB as running back. Hands off to Shank, who finds a lane. A gain about 3.
Interesting. They're running a 4-man front now. They had a 6-man defense front, but now it's a 6-man front. And Pumas elected to run that because there's still trips over here on the short side of the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Clock continues to tick. The Lightning continues to stay in the back. And we
Yeah, four-man front, two linebackers.
He tosses to Harris, and he is going to be down by a of Mustangs. There is Andrew Palacios on that tackle.
Little free pass, but the angles by the Mustangs was outstanding. Teach two people in digit. Great job by the Mustang defense. I think they're stepping up playing some pretty good football so far.
I think it was Chip just had one run.
Right.
Scoreless game.
And
Cunningham tucks it, runs down the sideline, 45-46, and he'll out to about the 47-yard.
they tackle him inbounds to the I don't know how much time's left.
Great replay right here as we'll see him elude a tackler.
And I think those linebackers that aren't stunting are kind of stunting the QB, but 18 was able to make 42 miss.
Shank and Cunningham.
That linebacker, Maui Uatufu. Hope you said that right.
I think you did. Quick toss, Harris around left end, and he's pushed bounds. Clock continues to run. Papago truly has a dual threat in the quarterback.
I wonder why they didn't start with.
Don't know. Mystery question. Cameron Beard, the quarterback, for the. I believe so. Yes. Yes. He tosses it way down field as Stevens.
Little extracurricular activity going on between the DB and wide receiver. I wasn't sure if they're going to call that. You had the sideline over here. Might have been too far over his head. Good call or non. I think.
Najarius Mills, the left tackle, number 70. Looking at how he is 6'5", 320. This second year.
Quarters, and then the three linebackers also dropped to take care of the shallow routes, and that's who batted that ball out, was one of the linebackers. Dropping
Indeed,
in a
Don
shallow.
Brister. Yep.
Good for them.
And this will be Javon Scott dropping back.
He's not very deep.
No, he's not.
30 yards deep right now. 10. If it goes over my head, I signal like I was going to let it bounce on the 10.
And doing the punt. There, gets the snap back, gets the punt.
Up kicking it there.
Wow, the ball squibbed around, and again, that turf is wet. It's plain.
Yeah,
turf
you're right.
is wet. And
But who
Scott
got it right there? Was
he
that,
got Muff.
okay, good for him. That's what he needed to do. Wonder how much
Yeah, that is a
be
great
right
question. This is truly of the essence.
Yeah.
Not know what time it is, and that go team strategy.
Well, I'm sure the coaches are being told
No,
how much
yes.
times, I'm sure. Because that all depends on what you're running.
Papago didn't have to call a timeout. You're right.
So now it's 3rd and 8. You got to get the first or decide if you want to punt.
And there's a snap, and that's going to be stopped for minimal gain.
About a yard.
Pumas are trying to say it is not.
Loss of a yard. So we got a timeout called, I'm sure, by Papago.
So yeah, Maricopa will be forced to come up with a really good punt. Got to get out of their end zone. A lot of this game has been played on this inside the 10.
Yeah, sure have. The Mustang and Papago defenses are playing well.
Yes.
In the red zone. Well, shoot, they're just playing well. A 6-0 ball
right.
game right now. They're both playing real well.
Very true.
I'm impressed with the tackling, open field tackling,
We've seen some good tonight.
and the pass rush by both teams.
We've seen quarterbacks on the move quite a bit. So J.J. Dickerson is backed up deep. Although his last punt was amazing. Went for almost 70 yards. Yes.
I would like to know what that penalty was. That was a yarder.
Correct. That was different.
That was the change of field.
Demetrius Wilson is back there around his own 50. Dickerson calling for it. He gets the snap off. More of a line drive punt.
Right.
And
Right.
it's hit the roll. Wilson picks it up at his own 50. Let's see. Blockers try to pick it up, but he is dragged down. He's down. He needs to run, but he is dragged down. Caught on Jones out of Wilson High School. We also, as you said, saw the flag.
Right there where the tackle was being made,
Mm-hmm.
and then he did like a little barrel roll, got back up and thought he was still able to run the football. Got a little powwow going on in the middle of the field.
These have
Yeah, they have.
keeping the time on the field. They've had to discuss several situations that have involved as we're still trying to figure out the double penalty.
Yeah, I want to meander down there at halftime and find out what that was about.
There at the top of the screen, you get a look at the Maricopa.
Run.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now it's not, the clock's not running. You got ghost back, no backs in the backfield, 5 wide receivers.
Whistle blew.
I think this comes off.
Probably.
Yeah, so we'll leave it and then. Chairs right there.
And you have a clicker for it too.
Oh yeah. So here is the to tighten things up here. I can loosen up. Or tighten is toward you. Loosen is
Okay.
back out.
Cool.
And it's pretty fluid. Going sideways.
Like right there, is that where you would keep it? Right there?
Yeah, I mean it's up to you.
Okay. And it's balanced and everything, even though it's kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same shot. Well, so like go wide when
Yeah,
they
wide
set
and
up,
tight.
and then basically it. Good football move. Okay. All right. Okay, the key.
You need anything, I'll be here.
Just lost it again. We just lost it again.
Welcome back to Dobson High School here in Mesa, Arizona. 13-0. The Papago Pumas have the lead over the Maricopa Mustangs, and it was a good first half. Well played. Yes, there were some penalties, but we saw some good plays. And Coach, before we kick it off, both defenses really rose to the occasion.
Yeah, both defenses played real well. Just the only thing they gave up were some big plays, and poor Mustangs gave up 2 huge plays and had to pay for one of them on those 2 bombs back in the last 2 of their possessions. But they get a chance to play some defense here. They're getting ready to kick off to the Papago Pumas. Start the second half.
There must have been a penalty because we're kicking off from the 20. That's what Dickerson does, and that kick is going to roll into the end zone. And indeed, the Pumas will start things off in half number 2. And Coach, we've seen a lot of penalties that we didn't realize were happening.
No, be nice to get a mic on those referees to find out what's going on down there. That was a heck of a kick by J.J. Dickerson. Backed up on his own 20.
He has had a really good game. He's a really good kicker. We got to speak to him during the week. He played a lot of soccer in high school. He definitely...
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, coming over from Colorado. Soccer guy, a pandemic kid in a sense of, all right, hey, what am I going to do now? And he has found his way out here to Arizona and looking to continue his football career.
Had quite a few soccer kids kick for me, and they always did a great job for me.
So we'll see the Mustangs, they'll start in defense here in half number 2. And we're going to get the direct snap. Demetrius Wilson is tackled. Looks like he might have been tackled for a loss. Papago coming out with a little different look.
Yeah, great defensive stand for Maricopa. Great angle tackling. Got a couple of D linemen, D ends, and an inside linebacker coming from the inside out in the corner, and the outside linebacker taking the outside digit. You had 4 people on that tackle. Ball was lucky to get back to line of scrimmage. You got almost a 3-back set right now.
And indeed, Wilson will go for the Wildcat again. And he fakes the snap, and we will get a big run across the field out to the 42. And that carry looks to be Cam Gilliam, number 31. That's a big first down.
A little trickery for the offensive coordinator for the Papago Pumas. Got a 4-back set right now, including the QB. That's who they're giving the ball to. It might be a
bad snap. Wilson will have to grab it. Stays on his feet, and he escapes one defender, but he is tackled at about the 37-yard line, so that will be a loss.
Sometimes you outsmart yourself.
Yes.
And that's what it kind of looked like on that snap. You know, he had 4 backs back there, snapping to a guy that's not used to getting the snap. But he almost got back to the line of scrimmage. He made about 4 defenders miss. So my hat's off to him. He didn't give up on the play.
I'm liking this different look. Are we seeing somebody else down on the field?
Yeah.
Indeed, we are.
It's a Mustang. Got a Mustang down on the field.
Yes. This turf has not been kind, and it's not really the turf itself. I mean, it's in good condition for what we've seen. Let me see the head coach, because I feel we see these twisted up and tackle angles.
It's the change of direction. That's what's happening. You know, they're chasing guys in the backfield, and they're so athletic. The offensive personnel for Papago and the Mustang. The offensive personnel so good at making people miss them. You've got other guys trying to change their direction, and they're not used to that quickly, I think. And you know what? It might be a little wet down there on the field. I didn't make it down there at halftime.
Jaquarius Wright is the injured Mustang. He'll walk off with Medasi. Hopefully he'll be able to return. And again, we talked about how good he is as far as head coach of this helping run the league, but he's also the head coach of the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions that play on Friday night. He's got that team in contention for a playoff spot as well. He is a busy, busy guy.
Yeah, he's taking a lot on, not just being the head coach at Mountain Ridge, but also not just the head coach of Maricopa, running the league and running the league from nothing up to him. He's done a great job for the kids of Arizona and other states.
Traditional format, Cunningham will keep it, and he is going to be brought down. That will be maybe we'll call that a team sack for the Mustangs. As on that tackle, Dylan Brown was right top of the action. This Mustangs defense played heel tonight, Coach.
I don't know if that was a drawn play, like he was looking for somebody to hand up to that didn't show. You're right. Relentless on chasing the quarterback.
So we have third and long for Papago, and we have seen him convert several third and longs tonight. Handoff, and is he going to stand up? He'll get rid of it, and that's caught by and that is picked off. Intended receiver was Teddy Harris, but
he caught it. He caught it, bounced through his hands, and the defensive back, I believe number 15, picked it up and ran it back 2 or 3 yards. Big turnover for the Mustangs.
That would be a great replay to see, and if it was number 14, that's Palacios, who is another outstanding Mustang. I'll definitely say that Coach Madowski sent 2 of the great Mustang players to the studio last week. We've seen Dickerson just perform very well, and indeed Palacios he's on defense. So
Second-year guy out of Kellis High School, correct?
Yep, Raymond S. Kellis.
West Side guy.
So the Mustangs have it on their own 46. And here come the Pumas. And that is an incomplete pass. Lazenby has been on the move all night. Been uncomfortable for him.
The Pumas are just bringing linebackers from all over the place. They're bringing them on each side of the nose guard. They're bringing 2 of them on one side of the nose guard. They're just they're coming up with some very exotic blitzes and really pressuring that QB. Befuddling the offensive blocking schemes a little bit, if that's a word.
It is. It'll be a second down play. There's the handoff to Anderson, and he breaks 1 tackle. Hard to bring him down. He's across the 40 and to the 39-yard line. Javon Thompson. I keep saying Anderson, but that was Javon Thompson on the run.
Javon Thompson, 5'8", 150. He's a sophomore. He doesn't run like he's 150. He runs like he's about 250.
And the flag on the play, so we'll see if we'll add on some yards or if we'll bring some of this back. The chains have not moved as of yet.
The way the referee's facing, I think it's going to give some yards to
Maricopa. It is, yep. So the Mustangs perhaps in their deepest territory tonight.
Now let's see if they can hit pay dirt, get paid for their efforts. You got Christian in the backfield as an H-back.
11:55 on the clock as we are here in the third quarter. 13-0. You can see the Pumas have the advantage. Lazenby can't hold on to the snap, and that is picked up by the Pumas. And that is Jawan Harden, who is going to race all the way to the end zone. A scoop and score for the Papago Pumas, and they have a 19-0 lead. Wow, you can't beat that play. Terrific speed and terrific defense by the Pumas.
I'll tell you what, they were lined up and running a wham play that they had some success with earlier, and when the tailback went to get the handoff, your defender took that ball away from the quarterback. He handed it off to the wrong guy. And then just took off. Here it is right here.
Great breakaway speed, too. Yep.
Hit the ground, picked it back up, just turned and ran.
And
It was
that's
a
not
fumbled handoff. I take that back. It was a fumbled handoff, and it hit the ground, and number 8 just picked it up and ran it all the way back.
and that's not the camera speeding up. That's his speed.
Yeah.
He was moving
Yeah,
pretty
Johnny
good.
on the spot right there.
Absolutely, as we will see the extra point attempt, and it will be Jeremiah Garcia once again able to put it through the uprights for a 20-0 Pumas lead. And I'll say for the Pumas, wow, they may have deflated Maricopa. Still a lot of time, folks, in half number 2, but the Mustangs were on the move. They were getting a couple big plays. They were taking advantage of some penalties, but a fumble. Turnovers are big in the game of football, and Jawan Harden was able to take it to the house, as they say, and it's Papago with the 20-0 advantage.
Coach Strother, on an earlier phone call with him, he talked to both of us about this, and he said, his defense, he wants everything that they do to have 5 principles with them. First one being physicality, second one explosiveness, third one run, fourth one speed, and then finally effort. And I'll tell you what, he on that play right there.
Did. Absolutely. This team that is playing well on all cylinders, and as you said, the leads are big, and part of the reason why they're the defending champions that on contend for perhaps 22 leading football left. Some other good teams out there, but the Pumas are making a statement in which all of hope, lightning, and the rain is behind us.
They're making a statement of both offensively and defensively.
Yes, they are. And there is the kick by Garcia. And it's hopefully fielded cleanly, and it is by the Mustangs. But ultimately are dragged down.
Nice open field tackle, 15.
For the Mustangs, it was on the return.
And either Brody by or Rashad Smith, I imagine, was probably Rashad.
Yeah.
That tackle, he's number 15 defense.
Correct.
But I thought that was a pretty good open field tackle. Then he did a little surfer slide after that 35-yard line.
And that is where they must begin. Lazenby has been under all night long, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got to take my hat off to Coach Strauss. He's come up with a pretty exotic blitz package with his front.
And indeed, there's the handoff, and that is going to go nowhere. Marquise Corley on the carry, and he's stopped essentially for no gain.
Got about a yard. You're coming up with a front that's not crazy heavy. Number 18.
Almost seems like the Pumas are playing with 12 guys.
6'2", 190. Number 55. 6'2", 210. They're playing D-line at number 44.
Lazenby fires incomplete once again.
Is that intended for Christensen?
Yes. That'll bring up a third down.
Third and 9. I think Maricopa, this is pretty much a must series here where they need to get back in it, get a score in, get that 0 off field, off the scoreboard.
Lazenby looking over to his sidelines.
Trips to the wide side of the field. You're up back to that same side.
Thompson in the backfield with him. Lazenby rolling to his left, and he's going to throw downfield, and that is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Jay Anderson. And do we have another flag on the field or no?
Yeah, you got a flag right there where the upback went to go block the defender. I'm wondering if he blocked him below the waist. That's usually what happens at that position, and if it is, the Mustangs are backing up, and they're backing up on their own right now, so I think that's what it is.
Now, if it is that call, wouldn't the Pumas have the option to decline that, or is that not a declinable penalty?
They can decline it. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. They can decline it. That would make it 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
If they take it, it's 3rd and 15. They're declining it.
Yep, and I think that is the right move. No, actually, it's accepted. Wow.
That's interesting.
I would probably have declined it just to make it 4th down. Your defense did well. That sort of kind of mindset.
But it was the penalty spot, so that added like another 7 yards to it. So now you've got 4th and 24, 10. I'm sorry, 3rd and 24.
Mm-hmm.
The way they're blitzing and getting to that QB, I don't think too much of a bad call. I think I'm going to back there, get to the position game.
Yes. In the backfield. Green. Lazenby downfield.
Doesn't the receiver on the page make the arm up? Hey, keep on deep, and he threw it, and it looked like the receiver was cut short on it coming back. So they're going to have to get on the same page if they're going to do a little bit of that.
They'll call on J.J. Dixon again, the punter. Really right now is the MVP for Mustang. And he has done very, very well helping Maricopa flip the field on the case.
4th and 24. They had a wide receiver opening, but they couldn't get the referee to start the play.
Dickerson with yet another good punt. Harris backs up, sets himself. 40 being checked down at about the
late flag coming. Yeah. I think it's going to be on Papago. 24's got his hands up. Like, what do they do?
Uatafi was on the tackle. Still a lot of time for 3, well over 10 minutes. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, it's going to go against Papago.
So we'll see where they will spot the ball ultimately. Indeed, personal foul block on the back of 15 yards.
Yeah, 15 yards from there. They should get change the field position.
A lot of things worked very, very well for you to have a running game. Quarterback is definitely been used to night.
That line there is a difference maker. Not only they got some size with their feet too.
Action and
That'll go against Parrott.
mm-hmm.
There was some indecision on that play from the get-go. Their team was going to motion, and then decided not to. Came back.
Fall here in Arizona High School, terrific. Only the lightning is here. You do it in the rain, but not so much in the lightning. He's across the 20 out to 20.
4-yard tip. That'll make it 7 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Play from the sideline. Mills, Miles, Indiana.
Shank off tackle. He pushed up the guy and he's brought down at the 28 line.
I believe Baton Rouge in Louisiana.
It is.
Okay.
State capital. Home of the LU. To see.
Third 4. Third 5.
Third about 5. That is correct.
Wide zone. Looks like man coverage. No. Like coverage. To linebacker.
Papago some yards. First down, new and he also I think I able with his hands.
Looks like a cover 5 would be man underneath too deep. So only too deep, and the safety broke on it. Wasn't able to hold on to it. That would have been a big play.
Set the Mustangs up in really good field position.
Still manageable. Set it down, 2nd 10.
And the ball is yes.
Colorado back.
Has to anticipate, especially Papago tonight.
DB, I think they're cross trained. That's a big play. Maricopa. They comparative that Maricopa
8.5 minutes left. Lot of time left. It's been a long quarter. It was going
Favre's taking some time.
back there. It is. That's the snap. He swings out. It is running. That is going to get.
Little swing pass out there. Lazenby's getting the play from the sideline. Got second and 9.
And he big time with Iowa.
Big 47 to 31.
Mm-hmm.
There's that blitz package that Coach Rogers has come up with.
Absolutely.
How many seconds?
Caught and and he's a guy to do it. We talked about Angry King as well, and we've been very, very impressed by Nevin tonight at Maricopa. And snap and see it out. Ended up was going to be in favor.
It was a snap, but you can do it. Drag it off, got the block, and pick it up and score. Doesn't matter who gets the football, it's going to go to the Pumas anyway.
And that might be J.J. Dickerson, who is on the field at 87 elsewhere. You don't want to see any
Get injured. Kick.
Comes off is
Guy just happens. We talked about the coming up big defense plays. Well, there we go. The big play. Papago's firing on all cylinders.
And we see as well as, of course, the head coach of Maricopa Mustangs. And in the end, yes, this is no longer high school football. It's college football, and you're going to go after each other. But you do not want to see anyone injured. You wish everyone not any walk up then walking off Solomon. The Mustang more players this contest for Semains and coordinating excellent field position.
First and 10 on the 25-yard line. .75 comes back out at right tackle.
Look at this. I mean,
I don't either. I see a lot of pointing.
Yes, I
pointing
do.
At each other. It's going to be on. It's going to be on Papago.
I think it's just going to be a sack.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. It's a sack on Papago. How's that?
Clock continues to run. We're at 5:15 in the third quarter.
Third and about 22.
Pumas have scored 3 ways, and we'll break that down shortly.
27, maybe.
It is a third and long. You are correct. Cunningham trying to dodge a couple guys, but he cannot get out of the grasp of the Mustangs defense. As that's going to be Dylan Brown with the sack.
Right, he passed him up. Quarterback stepped into the pocket, but Brown was relentless and sacked him from behind. Chased him down from inside the pocket.
For the Pumas, they have scored on a touchdown run, a touchdown pass, the last play of the first half, and they've also scored on a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Extra point was missed, the first one. But yes, you used a good word. They're clicking on all cylinders, Coach.
The Mustangs stepped up again defensively after that big snafu on the punt. Got to give you hats off to the Mustang defense right now. They brought their lunch pail tonight.
Javon Scott dropping back.
Too much time?
Let's see if the right personnel is on the field. I think we're going to move back. So, yeah, you're right. Too much time. Back him up 5 yards.
Had too many people on the field. That's why I always have somebody in charge of special teams on my sideline. It might not be the guy that's in charge of special teams coming up with the game plan or coming up or making the calls, but I had somebody always in charge of special team numbers.
Correct. No, I absolutely agree.
Just so that didn't happen. That would drive me crazy.
5 yards at this point may not be big, but 5 yards when you're closer to either end zone is huge. So, no, you're right. You got to keep that in check. And there is the snap, and the punt is off. And it's going to roll inside the 20, and it's going to die pretty much right at the 15-yard line of the Maricopa Mustangs.
They punted to the first down marker.
Yes, they did.
But that's where they wanted to punt to because it's inside the 20, so good for them.
And we're very close to the Papago Pumas sideline, and we can hear a lot of what's going on. And they're not 100% happy, but you know what? That's passionate coaching. I mean, they're up 20-0, and they don't want to step off the gas. 3:42 remaining. So one thing we cannot show you on the screen, but the clock is starting to become operable. As we mentioned, it would be in half number 2.
Yeah, we can hear Coach Morris having a conversation with his offensive unit, especially with one of the tackles. Give him a big hug and
Dominguez
kiss on the forehead.
in motion for the Mustangs, and it's basically a incomplete pass. Not even basically, that's what it is.
Almost in the hands of the defender, which if he would have caught that, he had nobody in front of him. A red carpet was about the only thing he had in front of him to get to that end zone. And it is homecoming night here at Dobson High School.
Yes, yes indeed. This is the HJCAC. You've got the Pumas, you've got the Maricopa Mustangs, Gila River, the Hawks, Salt River, the Scorpions, and Sonoran, the Sidewinders, played down in Tucson.
You got a couple of linebackers lined up to stunt. Yep, there's
high
blitz
snap
and
that
5.
Lazenby pulls down. He throws downfield, and that is off the fingertips of Jay Anderson.
Just off the fingertips. That was a pretty good ball by Lazenby.
Yes, it was.
You know, not nicely placed, too. The only one who was going to be able to catch that would have been number 7.
And there we get a good
Right here,
look at
yep.
it just out of the outstretched fingertips.
And a good job by the defender, not putting his hand in there and getting pass interference when he didn't need to.
I'm sure that probably drives a coach crazy,
Yeah.
a PI when it was unnecessary.
PIs drive coaches necessary just flat out, but especially when they're unnecessary. That really drives them crazy.
3rd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Got 2 linebackers lined up again on the same side of the nose guard. You got 3 linebackers showing blitz. Not all of them will come.
Lazenby
two
fields a
backed out.
snap. Steps up. He's going to have to run with it, and he's going to be pushed down. Wow. That is a nice hit.
Big hit by number 33.
Justice Sosnicki out of Verado High School. He was a Viper. Now he's a Puma. Look at this play, Coach.
Yeah. Comes up. Lazenby's thinking about it. Nope. Boom.
Luckily, he held on to the ball.
Yeah. And he didn't lead with his head, and he didn't hit the head. It was a clean hit.
Yes, it was.
Nice job by the former Viper. Way out here on the East Valley, on the east side.
Clock running under 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. And J.J. Dickerson is going to punt, so that's good that he is not injured. We're very happy to see him be able to resume his punting duties. Obviously, the goal is for a team not to punt, but he gets the punt off. And it's another good one. Drives Harris back. He's at his 30, 40, passing some people. He's at midfield. He's at the 50 and will be brought down at about the 47 of the Maricopa Mustangs.
Tackle made by number 15, Andrew Palacio.
Oh, he's good on
Doing double
special
duty.
teams. Yeah, he will get a good look at the ground that Palacio is able to cover. He's a hard hitter.
Yeah. Good open field tackle. He's an athlete.
Yes, he
Nice
is.
playing the game, it looks like. You know, and that returner, he was 50 yards deep.
Yeah, he
He
was.
wasn't lined up for it. He was lined up 50 yards deep, right where he punted it. So they figured it out where to place him.
For a young man like Palacio, who, as we mentioned, played at Raymond S. Kellis High School, it'd be great to see him get an opportunity to play at the next level. He was in this league last year, and clearly he's having a standout year in his sophomore campaign.
He'll get picked up by somebody, continue his education to get that degree, which is what this whole endeavor's been about.
That's exactly right. Cunningham and the Pumas at the 48 of Maricopa. Handoff, he bobbles it for a bit, but he is not letting up. He being number 24 on the Pumas, and that is Jaden Abdullah.
Yeah, 2 inside linebacker blitz, man coverage in the secondary. Every time they run that cover 0, they're blitzing at least 2 linebackers.
A lot of yards after contact. Abdullah will stay in. Chains continue to move. Clock continues to roll. Abdallah on the carry again, and he finds his way to the 30, the 25, and he is downed at the 23-yard line. Palacios still in on the tackle, but he's looking for a little bit of help as the Pumas, they're deep. They come at you, Coach, as we see. Just this guy's like a battering ram.
Yeah, he can run it, and you see him lift his knees. He's figured out how to. He's the old school running back.
Yes, he
where
is.
He's not gonna try to outrun you. He's gonna run over you.
They're going to do it again. Some
There it
more
is.
contact, but he's inside the 20. They're into the red zone.
He's out of Dallas, Texas. They know a little bit of football out there in
Yes,
Dallas.
they do. Second down. Rain continues to fall, but that is not stopping the Puma offense.
They're going to give Abdullah a break. He's coming off the sideline.
And this will be Demetrius Wilson. He's back in. Although he looks like he's more slotted out to receiver, so it may be an empty backfield.
Yeah, looks like it. Yep, little ghost.
30 seconds and counting remaining in quarter number 3. Running back in motion, Cunningham is going to keep it. He's got a lane. He is going to take it to the house. Touchdown for Jaden Cunningham, QB keeper, from about 20 yards out, and the Papago Pumas extend their lead. They're now on top, 26-0.
Did they pull anybody? That slot back over there went in motion like he was coming over on this side, right there.
Yep.
And then the quarterback keeper, although, yep, that's what it was, 56.
And they got
Kicked out.
Palacios, the safety, out
Yep.
of the zone there.
Almost like a quarterback G.
Yes, indeed.
Not a GT because they didn't pull a tackle, but almost like a quarterback G.
And we are going to see a very valuable kicker, and that is Jeremiah Garcia. He's in on the extra point. Snap is down. Kick is a line drive, and that gets through. 27-0.
That's
And
what you
there's
don't
some
want.
flags,
Oh, come on,
and
come on,
there's
come on.
some extracurricular.
Who is that coming out the field? Is that 5 or 6?
We
Or
see
4.
Isel Stevens. He was sort of a peacemaker for the Mustangs. But this,
Madowski met him at the numbers.
mm-hmm.
Some extracurricular going on out there up on top of the screen on the left.
This Pumas team will bark a little bit, that's for sure.
Yeah. Be honest with you, there's no need for it. You're up 27-0.
That is very true.
I'm not a big barking guy. I think you need to play the game. Put the helmet on, go play the game.
And we'll see the referee. Indeed, the extra point is good as he signals after the play.
You're probably going to have unsportsmanship both sides. Against Mustangs.
Looks
Uh-oh,
like
they
someone's
ejected him.
ejected.
Unsportsmanship, Papago.
Two
They
guys
him,
ejected,
too. I wonder who
yes.
the 2 guys were ejected. It was a single digit up top. It was either 4, 5, or 6. I'm having trouble reading the silver
I
numbers
got you.
on the white. But I did see Madowski come out and talk to that young man, counsel him.
And I'll say for ejections, that's kind of good. It's like the referees need to take control of the game, and hey, if you start this or if you continue this, see ya, have a seat, and they're trying to do the best they can. You don't need a bunch of warnings right now.
No,
If you
sure
act, see ya.
Yep, this isn't a video game where you just hit reset. You're going to have to pay for your actions, and I think it's best you learn that out here on the football field rather than in the middle of a
Life lesson.
yeah, in a supermarket or
That's
somebody
right.
cutting in front of you in lines. Don't get me started on that whole thing. I'll talk for about an hour.
So Jeremiah Garcia will kick off. 17.9 seconds remain in quarter number 3. Papago leading Maricopa 27-0, as you can see.
Long quarter,
This has been.
but I'll tell you what, it's been a longer quarter for Mustangs.
It has been. We've seen the Pumas score on a quarterback run, a running back run, long touchdown pass, and a scoop and score.
Yep.
And there's the kick, definitely returnable for the Mustangs. And that's Thompson out of Mountain Ridge. He's on the return. He brings it out to about the 39-yard line of the Mustangs.
Last two kicks, I think you're seeing the results of some of the water coming down, some of the rain coming back down. You can't
Ball
really
getting
see
a little bit heavy.
Yeah, you can't see it on the screen right now,
But it's happening.
if you look up in the sky where the lights are coming down, you can see it's coming down pretty good.
So we'll see the Mustangs come out for what could be the last play of quarter number 3. It's 11.9 seconds remaining.
I imagine you're going to see a cover 4 look from Puma for quite some time, even though they've been successful with the blitz. But you don't want to give something big up. Just rushing 4.
Lazenby puts it in the hands of Thompson, and he is going to be stopped for perhaps a loss of a yard, maybe even 2, as the third quarter has officially expired, with the Papago Pumas on top of the Maricopa Mustangs by a score of 27-0. We'll come back with the start of the fourth quarter. We'll break down some information and plays for you right after this.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
Jazz back. Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm.
Javen Thompson is dragged out, but looks like he was able to cross midfield. Perhaps getting that first down.
I think he did by about 2 yards. Move the chains.
And that's a positive for the Mustangs. You have to, at this point, take the little positives. You got to get 10 before you can get 50.
Right. Looks like the Pumas are going to be in a cover 3 set. 1 free safety, 2 deep corners. Yep.
Lazenby hands off to Thompson once again, bumps into one man, gets plenty of yards after contact, close to the 40-yard line. He'll be down at the 41. Coach, if you could explain the cover defenses, the cover 2, 3, and 4, what does all that mean?
When I say cover 2 means there's 2 high safeties and 2 corners playing flats, probably outside digit. Now, when I say cover 2 concept, it can look like a cover 2, but rotate into a cover 3 or a cover 4. And a cover 4 is quarter, 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 quarter. So if it was cover 3, the middle of the field between the 2 hash marks are the middle third, and the outside of the hash marks are the outside thirds. And cover 2, the 2 safeties, high safeties, have half the field, so they play off the hashes. Cover 4, you split the defense into force in the secondary, so that's hence the term cover 2, cover 4, cover 3. Cover 0 is a man coverage all the way across the board. You have no safeties. Everybody's got a man underneath. Does that make sense?
It does. First down carry for Dominguez. That is about no gain. Maybe they pick up a yard. And yeah, they'll gain a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
And people disguise coverages. You can make it look like a cover 1, like a cover 3, because cover 3 you got one high safety, but then you're playing a man underneath, and that would be a cover 1, not a cover 3.
Lazenby and the Mustangs looking to play a little bit of up-tempo football. And he is being chased, and he is going to be dragged down by Raylan Davis out of Houston, Texas. Big sack, and there's been multiple sacks by this Pumas team. Coach, here we get a look.
Yeah, he just coming from the defensive end position, came screaming inside. Nobody got a hand on him, and he had a 2-back set, so you were in the max coverage. So you can't win for losing on that one right there for the Mustangs.
Maricopa is backed up to their own 46.
3rd and a long way. 3rd and 8.
And the Mustangs have taken a timeout. They're trying to play a little bit of up-tempo, but we're also going to take a timeout with them. Pumas leading 27-0 early 4th quarter. Welcome back to Dobson High School here in Mesa, Arizona. 27-0 Papago has the lead on the Maricopa Mustangs. And, Coach, we have seen a lot of domination. We've seen sacks. We've seen the defensive scores. We've seen long offensive plays. Papago has had their way.
Yeah, Papago, not only are their players playing well, but they're coaching real well, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're seeing some of that strange offense with
Yes.
4 people in the backfield, and you're seeing this exotic blitz package. You got linebackers coming from all over the place, so I'm seeing some pretty good coaching being done tonight also.
Lazenby takes the snap. As always, he is under pressure, fires downfield, incomplete. So it will be a 4th down coming up for Maricopa, and they're pretty much forced to punt.
Yeah, he was just throwing that thing as deep as he could. Not really sure where a running back was going, or I'm sorry, a receiver was going to be. But as you can see, you had your 4 deep defenders splitting the field into quarters. They're just playing like an umbrella coverage right now.
And there we see another flag as
That's going to be on sportsmanship.
I see the Pumas clapping their hands. We'll see if it is actually on Maricopa.
Somebody's saying something. Somebody's saying something they shouldn't be saying.
Yeah, that's. And I'll say this, and being fair, this is a fair assessment for both teams. While we've seen the Pumas do a little bit more barking than you and I perhaps would like to see, we've seen Maricopa with some seriously costly penalties.
Yeah.
So that means the Mustangs are doing and saying something on that field as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, both teams are, and they're just letting their emotions
Emotions.
get away with them. And, you know, quite frankly, with the pandemic, I think we forgot how to manage our emotions for a little while.
You are right. You're
So I think
absolutely
that's
right. With
just a skill we have to learn again.
Very true. J.J. Dickerson gets the snap, the punt. He is a fantastic punter,
Yeah.
folks. This takes a Mustangs roll all the way to the 10-yard line.
Where was that punted from? They keep moving that stick
right.
to get my eyes on it. Because that's a big
I'm
old
going
long
to say
punt.
that's about a 50-yard punt easily. You
Yeah.
figure 40 yards, and let's go another 10-plus.
You're right. That's a heck of a player right there, that punter.
J.J. Dickerson has had himself an amazing night, and it's tough when you say that the MVP of a team in a given game is the punter.
Yeah.
That means that things were not going right for
things
that
weren't
particular
going well.
squad.
Yep. But he's also doing his job. He's
He
out there
is.
to be the guy that he's being.
And bounced back after getting shaken up on a bad snap.
Right.
or a snap that got through his fingers with the wet ball. So, yeah, he's done his job. You're absolutely right, Coach.
Now you see Papago in a two-back set now.
Mm-hmm. Cunningham feeds the running back, and that is Demetrius Wilson up the right side. He stutter steps for a bit, and he's out at the 23-yard line.
Nice cutback by him. I think you got a penalty. It might be either a clip or a hold. I think that was being done on. Wasn't done by number 3 Jordan Kerr, but it was done
on him. Yes, yeah. We could definitely see what's happening there. Yeah, that'll come back. The rain has let up a little bit, which is good. Both teams have persevered through this. Props to everybody involved tonight, from the referees to, of course, the players, to everybody who is even a remotely part of this broadcast. There were obviously some technical difficulties just stemming from Mother Nature. Mother Nature has not been kind to the state of Arizona and football in September and now October.
My hat's off to the technical crew here.
Yes.
Dealing with all this water and all this equipment. They've done an outstanding job getting everything ready to go.
Swing pass out to Wilson, and he is going to be dragged down by Palacios. Andrew Palacios all over the place.
He's not giving up. There's no give up on there.
No, absolutely not, as we did see some big lightning off on the right.
Yeah, we did.
Clock is stopped again.
Nope, I'm on the game.
Not sure if there was another penalty or what the scenario was, but there's Palacios. Dragging him by his foot, his ankle. He's like, get down, young man.
They want the clock to run. There we go. Two-back set.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to just try to get this clock moving offensively, which I don't blame them. They're going to use as much time as they can, too.
They absolutely should. Cunningham. Pass. Caught. Down at the 20-yard line. Might be enough for a first down. I believe that was Zach Robertson on the reception, and that will move the chains. Right in the seam, no one there, finding that soft middle on the defense.
Jahan Jones made the tackle in the secondary from Tolleson High School. Got two-back set again.
Cunningham going to keep it. Option. He'll keep it himself, and he is brought down. And that will be a tackle for Mustangs player. Numbers tend to rotate a little bit.
Yep. You got second and about 6.
And I was going to say, if you're the Mustangs, if you're the Pumas right now, yeah, there's a lot of time, but you want to keep it on the ground. You want to get out of this game injury-free.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. Papago's definitely letting as much time go between plays as possible, and you're right, trying to keep it on the ground. These little short passes are just almost like tosses to them.
Mm-hmm. Wilson on the carry, trying to outrun everybody. Stays on his feet, and he's going to get the first down and then some. Lot of fight in Demetrius Wilson.
I think they must have rubbed Crisco all over his jersey, because watch how many people miss. 1, 2, 3.
Stays
4,
in bounds.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Everybody on the team.
I'm going to check his jersey. I think Mom put some Crisco on his jersey before he got dressed. How does that many people miss him? Wow.
9:25 and counting. Cunningham gets a snap. And there's a feed to the running back who will maybe gain a yard.
Big tackle by number 31.
And on the carry was, I believe, Marcos Madrid.
Curtis Rondow, linebacker. He's a sophomore from Tolleson.
The
Playing for Maricopa.
Wolverines.
Yep, the Wolverines. Rich Wellbrock, head coach over there.
Yes, he's a guy who's bounced around a little bit.
Yeah, been successful in quite a few places. He was my old coordinator at Agua Fria back in 2003.
Wow. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I got to know him when he was at Desert Edge.
A lot of people got to know him when he was at Desert.
Yes,
He
indeed. Then he
He
moved
had a nice run there.
Cunningham trying to elude. And that was almost intercepted.
Oh,
Almost picked off.
by number 20.
Xavier
20 or 30.
Smith
Yep.
or Jamal Butler. Wasn't sure if that was
It's
20
30,
or
I'm
30.
sorry.
Jamal Butler, number
Yep,
30.
It's 30. I told you the wrong number. Yeah, ball was in his hands and out.
Wellbrock had the stint at Basha and then
Yep.
Mountain Point. Now he is
Yep.
back on the west side.
Yep, back at Tolleson. Worked for two greats, Larry Feckenheimer at Cactus High School, and then also Joe Kirstein at GCC. Coached offensive line for them.
Is he still wearing the sweater vest?
Yeah, he's the sweater vest guy.
There we go.
Still got it.
Palacios gets a great jump. Cunningham is going to go down. Credit Andrew Palacios with a sack. These guys are very great to root for, and I will say this. I am a fan of Andrew Palacios.
You and
He
me both.
is a terrific young man.
You and me both. He doesn't know quit. He doesn't know what he doesn't. You know, if you asked him right now how much time was left on the clock, I bet he couldn't tell you.
He'd tell you 60 minutes until you stop it. Yeah, he really would.
Yeah, you gotta like guys like that, and it makes the kids that play around and play harder for guys like that.
Absolutely. And out to punt is Jeremiah Garcia.
Pumas are missing somebody on special teams.
And it seemed like that's been a theme all night.
Yeah.
That's
the
definitely
only-
something that they're going to address during the week.
It's the only mistake I've seen tonight
That's right.
out of Pumas right now, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got a flag. That's probably going to be too much time,
Yep.
which I think at this point for punting, they don't really care.
That's true. So they'll back him up 5 yards. We'll go back to the 25-yard line. This means the Mustangs deep man. He'll move up 5 yards.
Back here?
He's only 27 yards deep.
Very high punt.
Yeah. That's
And
hard
the-
to do.
Yeah, the fair catch is.
Hard to catch that thing when you got purple running around you,
Yes, it is.
flying by me.
Javon
Purple
Scott
bullets.
on the fair catch.
That's a good. My hand's off to him. It's a nice catch. Okay, they're gonna run a hurry-up offense.
They
Tried
tried
to
their
score a
last
couple
series.
times.
Yeah, they need to keep everything moving. They need to keep the Pumas backpedaling as opposed to just being able to tee off on Lazenby.
Right. And it looks like the Pumas are in a straight cover 2 right now. Got your corners outside leverage.
Lazenby with the tip,
Almost a pick.
incomplete.
Number,
Christian Rand almost was able
Yeah.
to pick that off.
yeah, he was right there. Great break on the football.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, but didn't come down with it. You're still got some, they're still blitzing their inside linebackers, trying to confuse the coverage, or protection, I should say.
Lazenby with the handoff, and I believe this is Dominguez, and he's going to get hit and dropped at about the 46-yard line. I tell you, these Pumas are swarming to the ball. They really are.
Yeah, they've been played harder as the night went on. I think they're getting
Yeah.
used to the weather, getting comfortable with it. I actually see greater effort in this fourth quarter than I saw in the first quarter. Not by everybody, but by just a bunch.
No, you're
Oh.
absolutely right. This is a home game for this Pumas team. They're letting everyone know whose house this is. High snap, Lazenby recovers, evades a few. He fires way downfield, and that is going to be broken up. Broken up by the defensive backs of the Maricopa Mustangs.
Pretty good arm strength by Lazenby.
Yes, it was.
He doesn't get the snap right away, and then poor guy, he turns around, and he's always wondering what he's going to see when he turns back around. Steps up in the pocket real well, and then lets it fly.
You're right, solid arm strength.
Almost had that
yes.
ball. Almost had it.
I do like the fact that you've seen a lot of football games when the defensive backs sort of wave their arms, and it wasn't even anything that they had to do.
Right.
Receiver might drop the ball, and they'll make it
okay.
feel like it was about them.
Well, they'll take credit for it.
They will take. Yes, they will.
Where is he?
I've done that a few times, taking credit for things that weren't mine, but wasn't necessarily on the football field.
We've got about 6 minutes left in quarter number 4, and we'll see Dickerson. He's out there counting his players. Looks like the Mustangs now have to hustle another guy onto the field.
Yep. A personal protector. Yep,
I believe
that
in this
guy.
case, yeah, Javon Thompson.
He hasn't made many mistakes tonight,
No.
Thompson. He might be a backup for this position than the other kid. Was the other kid got thrown out?
Yes,
That was,
that's a possibility, right? Another solid punt.
Yep.
And that's going to be fielded.
Solid field, too.
And let's see who this is. The Pumas stand with it.
Wow.
5:44 remaining in regulation in this contest.
Jeremiah Garcia, Casa Grande.
Yes,
Cougars?
the Cougars, the defending 4A champions.
Yeah. QB's playing at
And he
NHL. He was a heck of a QB.
Yes, he was. And Jake Barrow, the head coach of Casa Grande last year, flew up to Cal Davis today, this afternoon,
Did he?
because Angel Flores and team. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a great thing, seeing these coaches follow their players. And if you're the Pumas right now, you want to keep it on the ground, chew up as much clock as possible. Looks like there might have been some motion, and we will hear a whistle, and we'll see a flag. Kind of like lightning and thunder. You hear the thunder, and you see the lightning.
And isn't it how long it takes to hear the thunder
Yes.
is how far away it is?
Correct.
Learn that in Poltergeist. Right?
So it'll still be first down, first and 15.
The things you think about up here.
Yes, indeed.
But it's fun watching football on a Saturday night, watching these guys get the chance to play college ball and then maybe move on, get their education paid for.
Yes, indeed.
There's no place I'd rather be than up here.
So the Pumas with the ball on their own 33. Cunningham on the handoff, and that is going to high right back. And I believe that was Stuber on the carry.
Yeah, solid run by Stuber. Holding on to the ball. You can see
Former
both hands
Dobson
there,
Mustang.
right? Now you got 34 coming out there, playing a little running back. Pedro Velasquez.
24, I believe that is.
Is it 24? Jaden.
Abdullah.
Oh, quarterback underneath center. Old power eye. Not power eye, off eye.
Yes, brought down along with Let's see who that was who also got in on the tackle. Curtis Rondo, linebacker from Towson.
Little old-fashioned off-eye formation. Centennial made a living on that thing back in early 2000s. They dusted off the playbook and put it in. Pap put it in for late in the ball game.
4.5 minutes and counting. And without a play clock, definitely for the quarterback to engage with it. This will be a pass, but he is being chased. He's got speed, but he brought down. He loses the ball for a minute, keeps it, heaves it downfield, and that is caught. Wow. Really just pushed through it tonight. Lightning, thunder, heavy rains have wreaked havoc. But in the end, we're able to bring the Pumas and the Mustangs. This is what it's all about. It's about highlighting these young men trying to get to the next level.
Exactly.
Last B from Utah. Snap. He's going to try to rush his way into the end zone, and he is going to get it in. Touchdown for the Mustangs. Credit and be Cody Lazenby with the touchdown.
He was going to run it. Yeah, good.
He definitely rushed him, but so many times, and this time he was able to break clean, untouched into the end zone, and the shutout is over.
They're going to kick it the extra point. They're counting, make sure they got enough. They do.
J.J. Anderson need one more.
Oh, they don't.
He was really great to speak with midweek. He explained that he's kind of the captain up there in a situation like this, and in this case, hey, who better to have out there than J.J. Thompson? I think it's going to be good. 20 couple flags all over the field, and I'm going to say, fellas, you got to stop this. You really need to.
Yeah, there's no place in the game for this. And it's just completely unnecessary.
I always see head coach Domkowski telling Brian Davis to get back there. We're seeing about some moment off. Last thing you want to do, you have a potential skirmish.
Yeah.
Both coaches are out there, and now obviously we see the head coach coming out there, and Strother is letting Gregory Rodriguez out of Coolidge. No, hey, you know what? You got to keep your head cool. There we see the Z right there, trying to figure it all out. For the reason they were caught on the number doubled. That's on Papago. Ejection.
Ejection, and that's exactly what you don't want. Because he's out next week. I wonder what number it was.
Just squeaked over.
It's right there.
We're seeing flags immediately.
I think it was 8.
Jerron Harden, if that is who it's on. Number 8 is Harden.
We'll see if he goes back out there.
And in the grand scheme of things, if you're a player, yeah, you want to hold your own and all that sort of stuff. Think about this. You got ejected in a 27-7 game with a minute left.
With a minute left. And you can't play them.
Is it the next game?
It's the game.
Okay.
And let be when you Glendale. But it was in the game, not just a half game. It's just
that's why usually targeting is the half, but
right.
yes, ejection is the full game usually. I'll tell you, the league office has a lot to straighten out this week.
Yep.
And so J.J. Dickerson will kick off from the 50. And he boots it into the end zone. And I'm going to say for everyone's sake, it's probably the best move.
Yeah.
You want to see on time, but the line possibly and the scrub. Yeah.
That's bad. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I agree with you. And I was wrong. It wasn't got thrown out because it was out there on that play.
Okay.
So I don't want to go into the brush.
It was somebody.
So you got a minute 8 left.
Mm-hmm.
Papago's coming out. Are they going to run a play or are they going to take a knee?
I would say take the knee.
I would. The smart thing to do is take a knee. No one gets hurt. They're running victory formation. It does look like that.
Mm-hmm. They need another player, I think. And now they do have 11.
Yeah, they're running victory. I think they're running victory.
Under center is Cunningham. And yeah, he is. Well, he's going to hand the ball off. And that's Wilson. And he's going to be tripped, but stays on his feet, still fighting.
They ran double split in, but offhand, underneath so much hand off.
52nd inning. And now I believe this will be the final play of the game, and this probably should be a play in which a knee is taken.
This looks like they're finally in victory. Everybody's punched together. You got all 11 there.
Final play of the game as it's counting 15-14 and then and this is going to be the end of the game. It's official. The final score: the Papago Pumas defeat the Maricopa Mustangs by a score of 27-7. And it looks like we are going to have the official handshake line at the 50, and that's good. The referees are walking off.
Coaches are leading the front of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, as they should.
Right.
Making sure that all their guys, we've got our eye on Schroeder, he's making sure they're on, and take a walk as we see indeed Coach Matejowski. Final score: the Papago Pumas 27, the Maricopa Rams 7. This was a long night, kind of. It was a down a long run, quarterback touchdown. He passed up with essentially a minute remaining, and rain all over the teams. They stuck it out, and I tell you, guys who really stuck it out. We had Greg Jones, we had Bill Brasso stick it out, we had Joey stick it out. It was guys pushed the broadcast up and running. Mother Nature went on as we started minutes late. Thanks to Bill Godsell, the head coach of the Dobson Mustangs. Mother Nature, be nice. Don't wet up our equipment. Don't delay the broadcast if you can. But in the end, 27-7 is your final. Thanks. Not even spring. My God, from Robson High here in Maricopa. 27-7 is